Hello and welcome to the next Combat Carp vlog, and for this edition you join me back at my spiritual home, Fisheries, and we're going to be fishing on BRASENOSE 2. Now the fishery is actually quite quiet for a Sunday. Wasn't expected to have as much choice as I did, but I have spoken to a few of the lads and a lot of the fish have been getting caught from the main bowl area. So I've got my bucket in peg 30, I believe it is, the beach, and there's a guy in there just finishing off his session, but he has had a few fish. The fish are shown in the zone, so it is looking quite encouraging. Got a few nice at my disposal, so I'm not really sure how long I'm going to be down here for yet, but hopefully we can string a few together and make a good film out of this, because I haven't done or fished the Datix for quite some time now, and I do miss it because I've been going around fishing different lakes. I've been on the syndicate here, and it's nice to be back fishing on the Datix. So without further ado, let's get going. Well, we're off the mark and it's been nothing but chaos since I got in the swim. First thing I did was get the rods out, and the first two were away within the first sort of half an hour. It was absolutely mental, but unfortunately we lost both of those to a giant weed bed to my right hand side. Certainly something that we have to keep an eye on. Got number 3 in, thankfully. So let's have a quick look at him. Not going to mess him around weighing him. Little mid-double, but it's good to be off the mark. And if the action so far is anything to go by, this might be, I don't want to jinx it, I normally do when I say it, but this might be a busy one. Right, let's get back and get the rods back in play. I've finally got 5 minutes to myself to sit down and get some rigs and other bits sorted, because that just went absolutely doolally. It's been quiet for the last hour or so, so it's given me a chance to actually put the bivvy up, have a bit of food just to restock energy levels, because the last 4 hours have been absolutely crazy. Certainly not been easy getting them on the spot with a hell of a side wind. It's just been a bit of a shame that we lost those first 2, but if that's a sign of things to come, I'll take it as a positive, because there's still plenty of fish showing out there. They're just backed off me a little bit, and I think that's been exacerbated because the guys opposite have all left, so there's no real pressure pushing them this way, but I've just spoken to another lad. He's jumping over there with 4 of his friends tomorrow, so that could work, or should work, quite well in our favour, because we'll be able to just try and bounce fish between us. So for now, yeah, just going to get a few rigs tied and we'll see what the night brings us. Well, good morning, just after 2 o'clock and we've got second fish in the bag. It's certainly been quite a few hours leading into last night. Fish just really seem to back off me with the lack of pressure from the other side, but there's been a few guys turn up opposite, which should help to keep the pressure from the opposite side, bounce some of those fish back towards me. Nothing huge, just another classic B2 mid-double, but I'll take it. Pretty pleased with that. And that even scores 2-all. Oh, he's a very lively fella, so let's get him back and get the rod back up. Well, good morning, just after 6 o'clock, and more action followed after that fish we had. I had the boarded take about an hour later, and then about 30 minutes ago had the final rod tick off, and we finally got a better fish on the board. 26 pound, 10 ounces. Wee. Absolute breeze block of a fish, full of muscle, gave me one hell of a scrap. Right, it's time to get the rods back into play and get a bit of spot over the top, start working zone. The rods hadn't been out 5 minutes, and after putting a few spods out, the left-hander was away, and we've got another absolute cracker, 28 pound 10, I think. Oh, lovely, lovely fish that. Nice to see that we're getting a few better ones now. It's going to be a challenging day, the wind's really picked up, but so long as I keep some steady action going, I'm going to be more than happy. I don't think that 30, hopefully, will be too far away. Been quiet for about an hour now. I'm just topping up with a couple of spods, just keep the bait tripping into the swim. Just because they're off me at the minute doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Bowl on B2 is basically full at the minute, so these fish are going to get pressed around. It's important to keep the bait going in on the spot, so when they do return, you know, there's something that will grab their attention. Certainly challenging these conditions, that's for sure. Having to aim full, well, there's 2 gaps in the trees opposite me, and I'm having to aim right to the far right hand side of it, hitting the clip and letting the wind carry it over onto the spot. It's testing, but we're getting it done. But it's certainly important that if you do see your spot is not going to land where you want it to stop it long before it gets out there, because the very worst thing you can have is just bait scattered everywhere in and amongst hook baits. You want to try and keep it as tight as you can, so when the shoulder fish do turn up, you've got a nice tightly baited patch, and should turn, or it does often turn I should say, one bite into 2 or 3. Here's number 5, came after put about a dozen spods out, just goes to show the importance. Keep the bait going in, even if you're not getting the bites, just little and often, and they'll soon get back on you. Right, let's get back. Well, we're away again, and 2 minutes after getting the rods back out, off it zipped. Keeping that bait trickling in, getting the rods back in play should certainly help to build a hit. It's about being efficient with your angling, rigs ready to go, just rods clipped straight back up and straight out. You can always deal with the fish afterwards, then recover in the net. There's more bites to be had, and when there's fish, you know, well over 40 pounds in here, the more you get on the bank, the better your chances are of landing one. That'll be a double take then. Literally just got that other one in time. Woo. Might be a busy day. Here is number 6, first one on the double take. Here is number 7. Some cracking colours on it, look at that. What a beauty. I've had to keep the rods in just while I deal with both these fish because I am filming by myself, so the rod's ramping off while I've got 2 fish in the net and trying to get the filming done. So just put them back and get back to work. Well, I'm just enjoying the shade for a little while because it's an absolutely baking hot day. It's been rather quiet, unfortunately, for the last few hours. The fish have visibly turned up on the end of the wind in front of pegs 1, 2 and 3, and the guys over there have had a few. Unfortunately, I've not really seen much in front of me, especially for a little while. That being said, I've not been lazy. I've kept the bait going in every hour, just 3-4 spods, just to keep the area topped up, because one thing that can happen on B2 very quickly is it can change like that, and a shoal of 50, 100, Christ knows, maybe even more fish will turn up on you so quickly and clear you out. So, you know, you want to have enough bait down there to try and get 2, maybe 3 bites out of it before you need to rebait. So I've kept it topped up. I've also got 5 rigs ready to go. so you can literally get the fish in the net and get the rod straight back out, because I'm determined on this trip to get to 30 before we head home. We've got plenty of time. I'm pleased with how it's gone so far. It has been very, very testing with the wind and the snags and the weed cutting me off a couple of times, but I'm going to persevere. It just means that the reward is even sweeter when you go through all that effort. So yeah, for now, I'm just going to chill out and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Here is the long-awaited number 8. This afternoon has been one of the most painful ones for me to go through. I managed to lose a couple since we last spoke as well, unfortunately. One fell off right at the net, and the other one I got cut off again in that giant weed bed to the right hand side. There's not much else I can do really. I've got 6 rod lengths of leader on, and to get cut through that, you know, it's absolutely savage in that spot. But here is number 8. And he's put a smile on my face because that evens the scores. It's 8-all. I'm absolutely determined that I'm going to finish on a positive number from this session, from the amount of bites I've had to the amount of fish landed. So 8-all at the minute. Going into the evening, let's see what tonight brings.
Something's in the air.
Well, good morning. Just after 6 o'clock, and it was a relatively quiet night. A couple of liners, but that's pretty much it. But 15 minutes ago, the left-hander started ticking off, and we've got number 9 in the net, another mid-double. And I've used the opportunity just to refresh all the rods, and I'm going to get good third, maybe half a bucket of bait out, because the conditions are a lot more favourable for long-range work today. It's very difficult to be accurate when the wind's all over the shop, so I'm definitely going to use the opportunity to get a really concentrated area of bait in, and hopefully we're going to get amongst a few today, because yeah, like I say, if the wind stays calmer, it's going to make things a lot easier to remain accurate. So yeah, we'll get a bit more bait out and then we'll have a look at this fish. Well, the left hand has gone already. I was still bombing. I literally just sent the cast out. Huge drop back. I quickly wanted this rod in. And yeah, we're in already. I wasn't expecting that quickly. It is encouraging because it's pochards diving on the spot. Loads of goals, giving them a load of crap. So they're that happy to feed when you got that much commotion above. Really, really good sign for the day ahead. So we'll concentrate now and get this fish in, hopefully. Well, it's gone absolutely crazy. That first one ticked off while I was playing that. The middle rod then ticked off. Managed to land that one. And whilst I was playing that one, the third rod ticked off. Unfortunately, that one dumped me in the weed because it just took that long to get to it. Loads of breaks. But to get a triple take after putting all that bait out is very, very encouraging for the day ahead. But here is number 9. Just let me hold him up. Very stocky mid-double who's pretty unhappy. Come on, pal. There we go. Just a quick look at him. Number 9. Number 10. finally, number 11. Just goes to show how quickly you can get some bites if you get your tactics right, get them nice and tight on the spot, get the bait out there, and they'll soon start coming along. That's up to, yeah, 11 now. And I think it'd been a lot more if I didn't have to do all the filming myself, but I'm not going to grumble because it's still been a great session nonetheless. So let's get him back and get back to work. Number 12 in the bag shortly afterwards. Had an army of pochards diving on me and picked up a few times, so I think after we've dealt with this fish I'm going to have to redo the rods because drop back slightly, but there we go. Another cracking B2 fish. Starting to scratch my head as to what I'm going to have to do to get through to a few more of the better ones, but I'm not complaining. Getting bites is what it's all about on here, and it's great fun. Well, that's yet another triple take. Unfortunately, we only got 2 of them in. Playing one with 2 other rods screaming away. But never mind. This first one, just over 19 pound, I think, from memory. Number 13. Well, finally up to number 15. Unfortunately, it's not come without a bit of pain. I've managed to lose another 2 fish in that weed bed over on the right hand side, and as soon as I get in there, there's very little I can do about it. It's absolutely solid, just no moving them, rod on the rest, trying to like let them make their own way out. Nothing is playing ball, unfortunately. So I'm just going to have to persevere with it. It does feel like I've lost a couple of better fish in there because I've got another small one, and he may be small, but he has got some cracking colours on him. He's got very, very lively. Come on, young man. There we go. Look at that, nice and dark. What a beauty. Right, let's get back. Oh, I've got number 16 in the bag, yet another little fella. Just coming up to 5 o'clock now, and I've used the opportunity to reset all the rods. It's nice and calm. I'd say nice and calm, calm-ish out there, so I've got everything nice and accurate. Let's go. Lively little fella. Come on, mate. 2 minutes, promise. There we go. Quick look at him. Right, and oh well, all the rods are already back out, so let's see what happens this evening. Wait. Way! Finally, after going through all of that work, I've got my reward. £35.10, and what an absolute beauty as well. Oh, it took 16 fish before this one to finally get that 30 on the board, but it's been so worth the effort. Sorry. This fish is just absolutely stunning. Oh, thank you, girl. Well, I'm still basking in the glory of that 35 pounder. Doesn't get any better than that after all of the effort that I put in. To catch a fish like that has absolutely made the session. I've decided I'm going to take it a little bit easy this evening and during the night. I'm not going to keep spotting every 30 or 40 minutes because all that effort's paid off. I've caught what I wanted, and whatever happens now during tonight will just be a bonus. There's certainly no need to keep my foot on the gas for 15 to 17 pound commons, where effectively that's 30 bites it's taken to get that fish, and I don't think I want to go through another 30 in the next 24 hours to get another one. But that being said, I'm still going to fish, still fish tight and effectively, and I'll reevaluate in the morning and see what I'm going to do. And it's been, you know, that was fish number 17, it was bang on the 48-hour mark, and it's a shame that I lost so many fish in that weed and snag to my right hand side. But you know, it's really challenging fishing on here sometimes, and it's something I absolutely thrive on when I'm fishing. You know, I enjoy testing conditions where fishing at range and the wind keeps changing, so you need to adapt how far you're fishing for the bow and the line, etc. And it's been really, really good prep for the inter-services later on this year. So yeah, I'm going to chill out this evening, relax, enjoy this curry. Wish I had a beer, but unfortunately I've got none with me, and we'll see what tonight brings. After 5 o'clock, and I did manage to get a few hours sleep before the first one rattled off shortly after 4. And just I was trying to sort out the pictures. I had the left-hander go as well with what looks like an upper 20, but thankfully that one, which weighed me solid, took me a long while to get him out. I managed to get him in, so yeah, a bit of a success. So that's numbers 18 and 19 in the bag. First one, 22-pounder. There we go. And his mate is just under 26 pounds. Nice. Good fish through morning today, just through to about lunchtime. And then I'm going to pack up and take it easy. Got another reamy lad coming down. There's plenty of fish to be caught, and I've more than had my share, so hopefully he can bag a few. For now, getting back, let's get the rods back into play. Well, finally got number 20 in the bag, and it's taken a little while actually, a good couple of hours since I put a bit of bait out this morning. It went relatively quiet whilst it was flat calm, but now the wind's picked up, we're starting to see fish back in the zone, so I think there's going to be a few more bites this morning. And he's a right chunky brute, this one, just under 26 pounds. Look at that, proper football. Right, a couple of snaps and we'll get him back. Well, the action continues. We've got 21 and 22 in the bag. Both little fellas, but so not complaining. Is 21. And here is number 22. Some really cool colours on in this one. Lovely fish that. Right, a couple of hours left in the session now. I'm going to try, if I can, to get up to 30 fish. The conditions are absolutely perfect. Got 3 drummed into a tight zone, keeping that bait going in. If we don't get 30, never mind. Certainly can't grumble with how the session's gone. It's been an absolutely awesome session here on B2. Now, fishing on B2 can be relatively straightforward once you find a clear area to fish. You know, we've had a really good hit of fish and the fish have been quite obliging, but your tackle does need to be up to the job. Some of the pegs here you can be fishing at, you know, decent ranges, albeit in this peg we're not fishing at ultra range, it's just 28.5 rats, but your tackle still needs to be up to the job. So I'm fishing with a big pit Shimano reel and I'm fishing with 12-foot 3 3/4 rods. Now, some people would prefer to fish with 13s. I just can't get on with them. I love my spod rod at 13, but my fishing rods have to be a 12. And then we did unfortunately have a couple of fish cut us off at the start of the session. I just don't think the main line I was using was strong enough, so I've stepped it up to a Gardner 12-pound Pro Blend, and there's much less stretch in the line. And since I put that on, we've had no cut-offs, fingers crossed no more. But I've also added 6 rod lengths of 30-pound leader, a braided leader, for once again, just feel like just need a bit of extra security going down to the spot, because these fish are finding the weed bed, so I do need a bit more in the way of security to pull them through it. But to protect the fish, I've also got about 5 feet of Fox Submerge in 30-pound. This stuff is just absolutely brilliant. It's super supple, super strong. I can't rate it enough, and rules permitting, I use it absolutely everywhere. And down at the business end, it's just a simple lead clip with a 4-ounce dumpy distance lead from Buzz Tackle Leads. And then for the rig, you know, B2 has got a lot of crayfish in it, and they're not a problem if you use the right sort of hook bait, and it can't get any more simple than just a couple of bits of plastic corn on a D-rig. And this has just been an absolutely fantastic session. You know, we put 22 fish on the bank, going to be wrap it up shortly and heading for home. Well guys, that's it. An absolutely awesome session that was. Loads of action, loads of bites, and catching that 35-pounder that absolutely topped the session. I've had to work so hard to keep the swim going. My hands are absolutely ruined, my back's ruined, my kit's absolutely destroyed, but it's been well worth it, because that is the sort of fishing that I absolutely love. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please remember to click the like, subscribe button, because it'll help out the channel a ton, and I'll see you on the bank very soon.